This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 2001. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to this special week for the show. Yesterday was the 2000th episode. Friday is the 10th anniversary, and between the two, what I'm doing is some of the biggest lessons that I've received from the show, and I've given out to others over the course of time. Today's, I think, is one of the most important ones possible. I'm not going to spoil it for you by telling you what it is. I'll just simply say, pay attention, because this one is one of the ones that most people have resistance to, and it's a sign of being an amateur that you do. Hope you find this helpful and give it a great review wherever you listen to the show. We'll be back in just one moment.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Let me ask you a question. When you go to the store and you buy detergent, have you ever picked up the detergent, looked at the list of chemicals that are in it, and said to yourself, I think the interrelationship with the chemicals in this brand of detergent are going to make my wash cleaner than the interrelationship with the chemicals in this one? Of course not. Instead, what we all do is we assume that they're all the same, and that we buy on the basis of price because we have a coupon, someone told us to buy this, our wife, husband, partner, parent, whomever it is, told us to buy this brand of detergent, right? No one buys it for the outcome. Why? Why? Because there's a brand associated with it. Firms have spent money to create an image in your mind. Because after all, you could buy no-name brand detergent, right? But we don't. Instead, we buy a particular brand of detergent because we've been inculcated in our life with that thought about that detergent. Well, same thing that happens in your career as well. If you're just another nobody, you're an off-brand purchase. However, if you take the time in your career to focus in on creating a brand for yourself, and this can start when you're a relative beginner or at any other point in your career, you start to develop a brand, a reputation. You become known for certain things. You put in the extra effort for this because it is extra effort, obviously. It makes a difference. I remember years ago, a friend of mine came to me, and he was working what used to be called operations research at a foreign bank in New York, and wanted to take a step up in class, and he started to go on the speaking tour. He wound up being at conferences, presenting on panels. He started writing more regularly. Now, after having moved to another bank, having made partner with one of the big consulting firms, and now being a business owner with a reputation that's international. I'm not saying this can happen for you, but frankly, if you keep on going along as being like no-name detergent, well, how do firms recognize that you're any different than the other 3 million people who do what you do around the United States? Or the other 5,000 people in New York who do what you do? Or the other 200 people in Birmingham, Alabama, wherever you are? How do they tell the difference? You got to develop a rep for yourself. And that's been one of the big lessons from this show, is been the notion of branding, which I know so many of you don't want to do because it feels like, well, I'm not a brand. I'm just a person. But that's immature. Pros develop brands. Amateurs think that they should go out there and wait to be plucked amongst all the other people in the applicant tracking system. Don't be an amateur. Be a pro, because that's really going to benefit you throughout your career. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few ways to optimize your job search and get better results. First of all, visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. Go to the blog and go exploring. There's just a lot there to help you in the blog. And if you want to take my class on interviewing, it's called the Ultimate Job Interview Framework. It's available on Udemy. It's Udemy, or you can just use this link, thebiggamehunter.us/interviews, and order my class there. It's very inexpensive, like $12 if you're a new Udemy user, $19.99 if you're an existing one. In addition, it's now available as a Kindle book or as a paperback on Amazon. You can order the book there if you prefer a different format. And as a paperback, I think it's $6.99. As a Kindle book, it's $2.99. So again, very inexpensive. Obviously, I'd love to help you with coaching. At my website, you can schedule time for coaching with me or schedule a free discovery call. And if you just have a couple of questions for me, go to thebiggamehunter.us/live, and you can schedule 15 minutes with me, or thebiggamehunter.us/interviews. And what you're able to do is ask a question and get a response back with a 3 to 5 minute video. I'll be back soon with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!